Well, it's 9 a.m. and I'll call the special meeting of the Board of Supervisors to order. First item is approving the agenda.
I have one question on the agenda.
Yes.
Item number 3, establishing a 5-person. Should that be 6?
Actually 5.
Lavarto is not considered one?
Correct.
Okay.
And I'll explain that when we talk in the agreement to mediate.
Okay.
He's a neutral party. And so when we started discussing this, he said he didn't want to send us an engagement letter because that indicates we are his client.
Okay.
And he is representing, and he's just the mediator.
Okay.
And so he won't have an engagement letter, but he and I work together on this agreement to mediate. Yeah.
So
well, good question, because we did talk about 6.
Yeah,
We're
gonna have 6
right.
heads in the room. So.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately, if you'd had that agreement to mediate, you'd seen that.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll take some time to go over that since that hasn't been in the packet.
Okay.
All right.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
Second. Yeah, we have a motion by Supervisor Jorgensen and seconded by Kiefer to approve the agenda as presented. Further discussion? Those in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. Second item, public comment.
I was handing those out. Was that, did you make that motion, Jim?
I did too.
Hearing no public comment, we'll move to item 3, which is review action establishing a 5-person working group to make a recommendation to the Board of Supervisors on Floyd County zoning ordinance amendments for provisions regulating commercial wind energy conversion systems and battery energy storage systems. So after our last meeting, I contacted Louis Laborado and we did discuss exactly what Supervisor Jorgensen just referred to. He is not, we are not his client. So he does not send us an engagement letter. He is serving as a mediator. We will be paying for his services. And so that's why there's a little difference there between what Thomas Reveley and Louis Laborado have presented to us. So I'll just go through and read the agreement to mediate, and if you have any questions, I'll answer them after that. The role of mediator. Louis A. Laborado has been requested as a mediator of your working group. He is a retired appellate judge and has served as a general jurisdiction trial judge. In addition, he has received training as a mediator. As a mediator, he will serve as a neutral party to help you resolve your dispute. He is not an advocate for either party. On completion of the mediation, all materials and documents supplied to the mediator will be destroyed. Confidentiality. The mediation session is strictly confidential because all communications made during the mediation process are made in an effort to settle the dispute. Anything said by any participant will not be admissible at trial. The mediator will not be called as a witness by any party in the event of pending or future litigation. And fees. Fees for the mediation services, including any review time of the materials submitted, will be charged at the rate of $250 per hour. Travel time out of Polk County will be charged at the rate of $100 per hour. The mediator shall be reimbursed for all expenses incurred as part of the mediation process. Floyd County agrees to pay all fees, travel time, and expenses for the mediator's services. The mediator will bill Floyd County for the mediation services and out-of-pocket costs immediately after the mediation pursuant to the agreement to mediate. Payment is due upon receipt. and the mediation fees and out-of-pocket costs are payable in full, regardless of whether an agreement or settlement is reached at the mediation. And Mr. Laborado has reviewed this and has signed it. My signature is normal and customary as the chair of the board that I sign agreements like this on behalf of the board. So on page 2, you'll see the working group members. Todd Pritchard, Floyd County Attorney, Floyd County Board of Supervisors elect. I suppose we should put that in there. Because when you sign it today, hopefully then you're not really a member, but we'll add elect to that. Thomas Reveley, Winfield, and Eddie Law. Samantha Norris contacted me and says she will be the representative from Invetergy on the working group, and John Robbins, NIACOG consultant. It was a pleasure to work with Mr. Laborado to format this and get this in this form. And it was he that suggested that all working group members sign the agreement to mediate, because he stressed the confidentiality part of the process. Louis and I have talked, and with Auditor Carr's help, we will schedule times when all 5 members are available to meet. We're planning to meet right here. They are. Your group will be meeting right here in this room, where we have internet capacity and a Zoom link. And he's also available to meet that way. He wants to meet everybody. Thank you. Could you silence your phones when you're feeding into our meeting? Thank you. He wants to have that first meeting in person, so I can introduce him to members of the working group, and you can all get started. Actually, Mr. Laborado told me he has participated in other mediation with Thomas Reveley, and so he does not know Samantha Norris, and so that's the terms of the agreement. And if there are any questions, we can go over Mr. Reveley's engagement letter as well, but I thought we would put this on the table first to discuss this process.
I don't have any questions regarding Mr. Labordo's.
Yes, Chair recognizes Supervisor Keeper.
Does Mr. Labardo have any idea how many meetings it would take to?
He realizes that due to a motion that was passed by the supervisors, that the third reading of the ordinance will occur not later than 45 days, which is December 13th. So there's kind of a deadline to that. However, a future board could change that. That's kind of tentative. It doesn't say that that's the absolute going to happen. And by that time, Boyd will be on the board, and he can indicate this to some way, something he and the group want to do. Yes, Chair recognizes Boyd.
I guess maybe I might know confidentiality. Is that what, no minutes will be taken on this at all, so there's no record on that, right?
Yes.
And that's why, okay, I just wondered about that earlier.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting process because, you know, normally you come to a supervisor's meeting, we ask for updates on boards and commissions and activities, and you won't be really telling us anything other than maybe you met. And, that's kind of having had a experience in a similar situation, I can understand how paramount this is. I served as one of the 12 legislators who met behind closed doors to negotiate the CAFO bill that resulted in the master matrix. And it was the same type of format, but I'll tell you, there were more holes in that shit. You couldn't get 12 legislators to not talk to the lobby. So, but that's what, when you sign this, what you're pledging to do.
Mark,
Yes,
you might
Ms.
wanna-
Auditor.
I want to reiterate that your conversation with the Iowa Public Information about not having to, not allowing the public in that meeting, nobody in that meeting.
Yes, yeah, they're, it's fine, that one member of the board of supervisors can engage in an activity like this and make a recommendation back to the board. This is a recommendation. The board of supervisors, certainly I hope would look at it if they come to one. But the final decision is up to the board.
So open meetings violation, to not post agendas or to not, public not allowed.
No.
Kind
I
of
thought I'd
unusual.
be here just to introduce people, and I expect they probably be, because of the travel, they kind of be maybe some long meetings initially to kind of get everyone started, but Mr. Lavarado will be chairing the meeting, so it's entirely up to him. Any comments on anyone in the public? Any comments from anyone listening on the phone line? Is there a motion to establish a 5-person working group?
I'll make a motion, to establish a 5-person working group to make recommendations to the board of supervisors of the Floyd County's zoning ordinance amendments for provisions regulating commercial wind, conversion systems, and battery energy storage systems.
Yes.
Those are 5 numbers.
For the five members, yes. Do we need that names? John Robbins, Pat Pritchard, Samantha Norris, Thomas Reedley, and Boyd Campbell.
I'll second the motion.
There's a motion made by Supervisor Kiefer and seconded by Supervisor Jorgensen to approve establish a 5-person working group to make a recommendation to the board of supervisors. Discussion. I'd like to just say that the first step on the road to a compromise solution is always the hardest to take. And I want to thank Supervisor Jorgensen, Supervisor Kiefer, Supervisor-elect Boyd Campbell, for agreeing to make that first step and taking that leap of faith. Is there any further comments, questions? Hearing none. Those in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion is carried. All right, item 4, review and action regarding the agreement to mediate. The working group from Louis Lavarado, he has already signed it.
Also move.
I'll second.
I have a motion by Supervisor Kiefer, second by Jorgensen, to approve the agreement to mediate was presented by Louis Laverado. Is there any further discussion? Any comments, anyone listening on the phone line? Hearing none, those in favor of the motion to sign the agreement to mediate, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion is carried. Item 5 is the review action regarding the engagement letter for the working group services from Attorney Thomas Reveley. That's in your packet. That was received yesterday, and our question them a little bit about some of the things in there, and Auditor, would you just say what communication you had with Mr. Reveley?
Yeah, I've attached the emails back and forth as well. I just had a question on number 2, the expenses. What situations there might be that there would be expenses for things like hospital records, medical reports, medical examinations, court costs, depositions, expert witness fees, and that he said he just used a boilerplate template, but you could cross off any of those. Per his email, the expectation is the only cost there should be in that section would be the travel, if it was travel time. Todd was in our office today, so I had Todd look at it. He says, yeah, that looks like boilerplate language. While Todd was in the office, Tom's secretary, Diana, called and said if we had decided if we wanted anything crossed off of there. And if so, we could just go ahead and cross those off. But the expectation is there would just be travel.
Yes, Chair recognizes Tom Reveley. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm on the phone. I use the state approved form because in my experience, people are more comfortable using the state approved form rather than a lawyer doing his own. And that form applies to, automobile accidents, whatever. And so I explained that the only expense I could foresee is mileage. If you feel uncomfortable with that other language, just cross it out. I mean, it was just on the form, and we're not involved in any type of accident or whatever that includes medical records, depositions, or anything like that.
Mr. Reveley, what is your mileage rate?
I have to check with we use the IRS mileage rate.
Fine.
I'd have to check with Diana. I don't,
No
it goes up about every year, and I don't know what it is. I can email that.
That's no worry, and that's normal and customary. That's fine.
But IRS, we just use the IRS rate.
And so are you've been listening, you were in agreement that you'll sign that agreement to mediate as well, Tom?
Oh, sure. I've had probably at least 10, maybe more mediations for Judge Laverado. And so, no, that, I know what is, no, I'll certainly sign it today and get it up to you.
Very good. Any other questions from members of the board?
I don't have any.
No, I don't.
You wish to cross anything out from Mr. Reveley's agreement, contract?
Like something,
I'm okay with the way it is. Travel expenses listed and
yeah. Can't see
medical reports and stuff.
the medical reports.
No, I mean,
No, I don't.
it's standard form.
Yeah,
I'm okay with it the way it reads.
I'm okay.
Okay, fair enough. All right, is there any further discussion regarding the engagement letter from Attorney Thomas Reveley?
No.
Any comments from any member of the public or anyone listening on the phone line? Excuse me, do we have a motion in a second?
Not yet.
Okay,
I'll make a motion to approve the engagement letter for the working group services from Attorney Thomas Reveley, Whitfield and Eddy.
I'll second.
Now we have a motion by Supervisor Jorgensen, second by Kiefer, to approve the engagement letter from Thomas Reedway. Those in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion is carried. Item 6, motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adjourn. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you.
Made the motion. Did that so fast, and I just.
Thanks.
Jim.